thought we were talking about World War II.
Don't you say that! Star Wars changed the 20th century! Alright?
I don't have a leg anymore.
Psych! She does have a leg. Now I know what you and the people are thinking. How does she have a leg? Well, my friends, that's the power of the Force.
But wait, what do you mean? Scientifically speaking, there is no Force, is there? No.
So, we use the power of special effects.
And that brings us to what this project is really about. The release of Star Wars A New Hope in 1977, a film that would gross $775 million worldwide. For this roaring success and large cultural impact that it had on people was the new special and practical effects that were used in the film. And that's what this Star Wars movie really meant. It wasn't just a movie, but it represented a large jump from an old way of doing things and a new way of doing things. A new way of making movies, but also a new way of thinking.
Ugh, I'm a 21st century teenager on my hoverboard. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do.
Because the Star Wars films didn't just tackle visual effects, but also the things that we purchase and the things that we do.
I'm gonna play Star Wars game online. I love Star Wars.
Well, before there was that, there was this. Star Wars revolutionized action figures with some...
If you don't understand by our amazing acting and what this scene is really trying to exhibit, it's that Star Wars also had a very large effect on the toy industry in the country, further embedding Star Wars into many pop cultures around the world. It was one of the first ever to launch the concept of using movie toys as a marketing campaign, and it also influenced how toys today are made altogether. It transformed action figures from just being toys and things that children played with into genuine, expensive treasures, and helped create a blueprint for future franchises to come.
Okay, sure, those were good points, but the 19th most important event in the 20th century? That's crazy.
Let me explain.
As I tried to explain to Mira earlier, this wasn't just a new way of making movies, but also a new way of thinking. The film was a commentary and a cautionary tale portraying what exactly can happen when dark does overpower light. Now, this makes sense. The movies are inspired by classic stories like Flash Gordon and basic stories that involve heroes needing to prevail. Yet, Star Wars also had real-world inspiration. George Lucas's main influences for the films were the Vietnam War. The Empire was heavily inspired by the Nazis during World War II. Real-world topics are heavy, and they're not as easy to take in as entertaining films are. Yet, we can't just be entertained, not if we want to continue to move forward.
This is the death of the old way of doing things. In the movie world, but also in the real world.
And that's why Star Wars was so important, because it's able to combine these two factors together, entertainment, but also teaching an idea and a moral lesson. Because, as I've been saying repeatedly, this movie represented a jump from old to new. It represented a jump into change, promoted the idea of standing up for what is right, whether it's in a Star Wars galaxy or possibly in the real world. The release of the first Star Wars movie in 1977 represented a lot of changing in how we edit, how we hear, and how we see our movies, changing in how we take in and are advertised our movies, but also a change in remembering that it's necessary to always hold out hope for our new and shiny